Good morning, pregame crew. It is Monday, December 20th, 2021, 8:24 a.m. Eastern, 6:24 a.m. Mountain Time. It is the 20th, and it's my baby boy's 20th birthday, his golden birthday today. Special day for my family. You're just here for the Lambo? Okay, we're giving out Lambos left and right, Scott. Hey, Tammy, Jason, Neil, thank you for being here, Neil. I appreciate modding. Hey, Blue Dog, Mal, Veronica, Don, Greg, Drin, Night Truck, Roger, Crypto. Happy Monday to you, Crypto Baron. How are y'all doing? So the plan is I will probably cut back one pregame show this week. We have a shortened week anyway, but I will most likely take off Thursday as well as Friday. Friday, the market will be closed. So thank you, Jorge, Jessica, Crypto. I appreciate that. Thank you, Crypto Baron. Hey, y'all, how are you? We have so many awesome TCG members. It's just been so nice getting to know them over the last year or so. Thanks, Tammy. I appreciate that. We had a bearish overnight. We can't forget about the European markets, Asia. The majority of them closed down around 2%. And that's, of course, me just averaging out the FTSE, all of it. About 2% is how much it closed down. And we are approaching 2% on our indices. ES is holding up a little bit better. And Dow, RTY, absolutely getting slammed. That's the risk off indicator. Good morning, nighttime. Thank you, Blue Dog. Welcome back, Plant. Morning, Denise. So overnight, it was pretty bearish all around the world. Turkey actually was down more than 5%. Their circuit breaker tripped on their market. Their, the lira, their currency is just getting killed. Their interest rates are sky high. I feel bad for the people of Turkey. Good morning, Larry. We got a few things to cover this morning. We're going to try to find some bright spots. We're going to try to find things that maybe still have room to go down that we can short. And we'll just try to sort out what's going on. You know what I haven't looked at today? US 10-year getting hit hard. And VIX. I didn't pull up VIX this morning. VIX up 20%. I wouldn't mind a VIX top fish against 27.39. Come on, brush. Oh, wrong color. I wouldn't mind a VIX top fish against 27.39. I'll keep that in focus for sure. Yeah, this could be a shorting opportunity, but very cautious. When I say shorting opportunity, I short with UVIXI puts, and I do it 45 to 60 days out on these big pop-ups. I like to short it, but I'm very cautious and I have defined risk because I'm not shorting UVIXI itself or VIX futures because that has unlimited risk. Hi, Diego. Good morning. Oh, Kay, that's so nice to say. Biggest wishes to you for a wonderful Christmas. Hi, Diego and Armin. How are you? We will go over indices, commodities, cryptos, movers and shakers of the day, general setups I'm watching. I must say it was hard, very hard to find setups. I've been up since 3 a.m., 3 hours, almost 3.5 hours, and I can't tell you that I'm bringing you my absolute best work today. It's my best digging work, but it's not the best Queen of the Mountain setups that I have found in weeks before. So I don't know if this is going to be indicative of the whole week because of course it's slow earnings week. We have hardly any earnings. So that may be it. We did have a lot of upgrades and downgrades today, but a lot of them are downgrading names that are already bearish, like Freshpet. It got hammered with tons and tons of downgrades this morning. It's already daily oversold. I cannot in good conscience come in here and tell y'all to short a name whose daily RSI is 25, and I expect tax loss harvesting with names like this, so I'm looking for dead cat bounces. So I found news setups, but the technicals did not match because y'all know that I tell y'all when I look for news, upgrades, downgrades, etc., I then go compare it to the technicals. And do they match? Is it a great area? And I found this over and over and over this morning where I found upgrades or downgrades, but the technicals did not match up. So we can't shorten the whole. Merry Christmas to you, Chris. Hi, Gareth. UVixie to the moon. All right. Let's look at UVixie. If you can find me an uglier chart than UVixie, you will win a prize. I will send you something. Show me a chart uglier than UVixie. Anybody. I will send you a prize personally out of my money. So just let me know if you find one because I want to short it. This is a ski slope of all ski slopes because of the decay. These pops are wonderful. If you have great timing and great intuition and you know when COVID Omicron variant's going to be coming out and you know what Jerome Powell's going to say, yes, this has amazing pops. And I have a friend actually, when I first started trading, he traded on Robinhood. He was a doctor that I worked with, and he bought 1 share of UVixie every single day to hedge his portfolio. 10 shares, whatever, just not a lot. Every day, just constantly accumulating. And for the most part, he would catch these pops, sell, and then start accumulating again. I thought that was a decent strategy, but that's the only long UVixie strategy that I've seen that makes any sense whatsoever, is if you have a lot of risk on the table, and that's just your easy little hedge. Hey. Good morning. All right, it's 8:30. Let's get started. I'm Chart Gal Lori. I am part of the Chart Guys community. We teach technical analysis. We have a thriving community. We use Slack, and we have all these wonderful channels. We post setups, we post gifts, but we really try to stick to some serious business and give you things that we think are helpful in your trading journey. So what I do every morning is I go over indices, crypto, commodities, movers and shakers of the day. I just announced earlier, so I'll repeat it now as people are slowly coming on, is that I will do the pregame today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. I will be taking off Thursday, and Friday the market is closed. This week is not the week to make up all your money. I'm looking at you. I know who you are. Well, how do I know who you are? Because I was once that person where you had this big loss in the year. You had a big loss, let's say in September, and you're like, okay, I've got 2 weeks to make it up so I can get back to green. That's not how this works. And trust me, that will backfire on you 99% of the time. Rarely are you able to dig yourself out of the hole in the last 2 weeks where conditions are not ideal to trade because volume is down. Volume can be down, volatility can be up, and you're fighting against algos. This is a shortened holiday week. The big boys typically leave after Monday, and what's left are the algos and some retail traders. And typically they have a bullish bias, just an FYI. So I have a bullish bias toward the end of the week, but newer traders, it's just easier to trade long. So I call this market the upside down market. So what I'm looking for this week are for losers to turn into winners. So we'll go over these notes, but let me show you what I mean. Like Zoom. Look at the big day Zoom had Friday. Why is Zoom having a big day? If you shorted, if you shorted over here at $588, or let's say you started shorting this year and you shorted around $450, and now price is $209 and you're up 100% on your short, 100%, more than 100%. Are you gonna just keep holding it or just book it and say, okay, I'm done with this? The tax loss harvesting is also happening. So in October, typically you see people start selling those losers right around here. They start selling their losers. We're down $100 from there. So this is when the tax loss harvesting begins. So we're in an upside down market where the real strong names get sold off and you see money pour into what has been the losers. Look at AMC, 19% day on Friday. So that's what I'm expecting this week, but that's not tradable information. That's just giving you basically perspective, but we have to go look for actual setups to trade that matches up with this. So the outlook for the week is COVID is in focus. We had a delay of the BBB into 2022, part of the infrastructure bill. We have a shortened holiday week. I have a bullish bias toward the end of the week with newbie traders, algos, and retail traders as the only ones left trading. I think I'm looking for strong names to have profit taking, like Apple. Apple is down 2%. That is a huge down day for Apple. That's a big market cap loss. So these names that have been running really hard, I'm looking for profit taking. And the weak names, profit taking by bears means they have to buy to cover. And then I would expect beaten down bulls that held on to a name all year waiting for it to bounce. They finally capitulate to book that loss for tax loss harvesting. So I'm looking for max capitulation into dead cat bounces for our dogs. So that's probably a better word instead of an upside down market. This is the week of the dogs. So I am looking for the dogs to continue bounces. They started bouncing Friday. Let me show you. This is my tax loss harvesting list that I've started. It's not complete by any shape of the imagination, but I want you to look at these names and how green they were on Friday. These are dogs, and I should probably more clearly define what I call a dog. It's down by X% since January 1, 2021, but look at these bounces. And I'm expecting the dogs to continue bouncing this week and our former strong names to get pretty beat up. Okay, let me go back to pregame list. All right. So yes, Zoom is definitely a lockdown name like Piton. So we definitely have COVID names back in focus. I think Clorox could have a great day. Anytime COVID headlines come out, we have the toilet paper names, the bleach names, the drug names, and the work from home names do well. So what's happening this morning on the 4-hour chart is we have this broadening formation that we were watching as of Friday. Friday, I drew this ellipse here saying I was expecting 4602 to hold for that to be a buying opportunity. We bounced. We broke it by $12 and we bounced. And then this morning, we're waking up to a sea of red. However, we are bouncing off this downtrend line. What is a broadening formation? A broadening formation is where you find buyer and seller exhaustion at the top and bottom. So I'm going to delete everything just because I hate deleting all this stuff. But just to save a little bit of real estate. But here, this is where the bears have exhaustion. Seller exhaustion here, seller exhaustion here. So we're looking for a bounce. But this now, I would call this formation complete. We have 3 touches at the top, 3 touches at the bottom. So now we know that this is an area could look for a bounce. But the way in which we have pulled back, we're looking for lower highs on lots of time frames. So on the 4-hour, lower high. On the hourly, this could be a bear flag. So we're forming that hourly lower high. 4-hour lower high, 6-hour lower high. On any bounce we get, bears will be positioning. They're just going to be lining up on, I call it the gang street, like Compton. So they're going to be lining up saying, okay, right here, here's Compton. Here's where the gang battle goes down. Bears are sitting here, bulls are sitting here. Bears have the upper hand because of all this baggage we have overhead. If you bought an ES contract over here at 46.50 and it bounces up to 46.50, what do you think you're going to do? You're going to sell. You're going to, oh, thank God it bounced. Break even, going to sell. So we have all of this overhead resistance, people who bought higher that are looking to sell on any bounce so they can get out with a little bit of green or just a little bit of red. So on the hourly, our resistance 45.68, support 45.26. This is not a positive pattern whatsoever for bulls. So I did start this whole thing saying I have a bullish bias, but that's toward the end of the week. I think we got to get out of all this mishigas down here and we got to rebuild some structure, and that's going to take a while. Nasdaq, same thing. We are looking, well, the broadening formation is not clear at all. It's real choppy, but we do have some seller exhaustion down here. We're getting a little bit of a bounce, but we're just looking for lower highs on so many time frames. And this is a bear flag looking to confirm. I will be watching market internals at open. As long as the 5-minute, let me pull up the chart. Don't just talk about it, show you. I hate messing with my charts. 1 second and I'll show you. So tick on the 5-minute. I am looking for I will get this, y'all. Sorry, I'm just clicking all around, but I'm doing it for a reason, I promise. Okay. So the zero line is here. I will be watching for this 8 EMA. If we open up, which I doubt it, open up above the zero line, most likely we will open up below the zero line. As long as the 5-minute 8 EMA stays below the zero line on tick, I will enter the 0 DTE, 0 days to expiration, SPX puts. And I will stay in those puts as long as this 8 EMA is below the zero line on the 5-minute chart. That means we're having a trend day. Okay, so I'm looking today to possibly trade bearishly, looking for all those lower highs, get in puts, and then end of tomorrow, Wednesday, start looking the other direction. But market internals will tell me everything I need to know. Market internals will tell me. All right, getting back to Nasdaq. Your resistance is 15617, 15638, support 15503, and below 15503, your next support is down at 1527375. Bulls are getting hurt this morning. RTY, this 4-hour channel really stuck out to me. This bottom line is super strong, but we know the more times this bottom trend line is tested, you're eating away at supply. And the more times we test this downtrend line, the more likely that we are to break bearish. So key support on RTY, and this is key for me for the whole market. 1 second. Key support is 2100. That is the level we need to hold. So we held this level this morning, perfect double bottom. We had one of our traders nail it. So 2100 is key, then below that 2084. IWM will be very important to the market today and how if we just fall apart slowly or quickly, and I prefer quickly if I'm an SPX puts. YM, and this is not the week to be initiating swings. Please be careful out there. Just take it easy, folks. Take it easy. So on YM, bear's going to be looking to position up here. I drew this earlier. We're already pulling back from that area. The resistance 34961, 35029, support 34622. Yeah, hit the like button, please. Straight out of Compton. Yeah, hit the like button. That'd be really, really nice. Okay, Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a mess, an absolute mess. So the key support that bulls want to see hold is 45496. Let's call that 45,500. And Bitcoin and the markets are so closely tied together, you can hardly tell the difference. So I just want you to be careful in crypto on any of these bounces. We're just looking for lower highs. Now, so take what I'm about to say with a grain of salt, because I am not an expert on tax laws or laws in general. But it's my understanding the loophole for wash sell rule for crypto was part of the infrastructure bill. And I don't know if it's the part of the infrastructure bill that didn't get passed or did get passed. So I'm unclear as to the loophole. Is it going away January 1? The most probable answer is yes, that tax loophole will go away, meaning if you are a crypto trader and you bought up here, you can go ahead and sell, book that loss, book it, tax loss harvesting, and you can buy it right back. Or you can wait till January and buy it right back, and you're not going to be subject to the wash sell rule. Again, please check with your tax advisor, blah, blah, blah. But I am expecting more selling in crypto, not just related to the market, but because of this tax loophole, and people need to take advantage of it and just go ahead and book those losses. Ethereum, support 3699. Resistance 3821. Gold's trying to find some modicum of support down here. We hit 1796. We dropped below it by $2, 17946, and we're bouncing ever so slightly. Resistance 1804. and then up at 18.15. The dust setup that I shared with you on Friday, I had copied it from Dan. It was a great setup idea. It didn't work well, but gold did hit that resistance line right where we drew it. It did hit it, but GDX also involves the market, and when the market started bouncing, GDX started bouncing. So it wasn't a pure gold play, and that's why it didn't work out as well as I thought it would. Oil beat down. 66.68 is your support, and then 65.60. I didn't realize we had a gap. Whoa. We had a gap down here at 66.60. It just filled. Do y'all see that? I didn't realize we had a gap down there. So oil is super weak. Bears will be waiting right up here. This will be Compton. This is where the showdown will happen. They will be waiting right up there. Nat gas. So if you're a TCG member, you get videos on the weekends that the general public does not get. Dan does videos just for TCG members on marijuana, psychedelic, commodities, always crypto, general market, and then requested tickers. All these beautiful videos that we get for members only. He went over the Nat gas chart and what he's looking for. So Nat gas has a history of these bear flag attempts into bear breaks and then shoots up. He is not suggesting that it would shoot up, but if we got a tiny bear break and then maybe a 15-minute trend change, he would be looking to bottom fish Nat gas. And we talked about Nat gas on Friday. I shared with you, we had a member looking for that monthly high or low. He saw that 363 was getting tested. It broke bear 361. He bottom fished that because that's pretty much a double bottom, and it was a wonderful trade, and he's definitely in the green now. So I'm looking bullish Nat gas this week. I don't have a position on. What I'd like to see is I want to pull back now to the hourly EMAs, and I'd like to bottom fish 372. Merry Christmas to you, Paxton. All right. So XBI, this is one that Dan posted this morning, and I love the setup, so I'm sharing it with you. So he's dividing up names, which he's taught us to do, between names that are holding the prior day low, names that are holding that in pre-market versus those that are breaking it. XBI is holding the low of Friday in pre-market. It had a beautiful bounce. It had a bullish engulfing candle. So the low on Friday, 109.04. We are well above that. So you could look to possibly bottom fish XBI, waiting for a 2-minute trend change, and then put your, or a 5-minute, and then put your stop below that low. So bottom fishing XBI makes sense. ASAN. Excuse the big yellow rectangle. It's there for a reason, I promise. So I posted this chart over here. I posted it in the swing trade channel saying, watch this chart. We love base breakouts. It had a squeeze. We're holding the 50 RSI. It had earnings, and the earnings is what shot it up like a cannon out of this base. Well, we're now back into that base area. So price has memory. And so they thought $79, $80 is a good deal. Anywhere from $70 to $79, that's where they were fighting it out. We are back up in that range. And the CEO has been buying the stock like crazy. So it had a big bull day Friday. So if you don't have a position, I have a small position, which I'll be down when we open up. I'll be down on my calls. But I would be looking to add to my calls on a bottom fish on ASAN. Of course, it's holding Friday's low. It's one of those names that's beat up, so let's call it a dog, even though it did have a good beginning to the year. It's been downtown Julie Brown since November. So I am looking for a bullish to add to my bullish position in ASAN. Cigna. This is a nice risk reward top fish. So XLV has definitely been an outperformer in the market. It really held us up last week. And when I was looking at some individual names, I found this. We have to disregard volume on a lot of the charts because of the rebalancing and quad witching on Friday. But this is just clear. Doesn't mean it's going to work. It just means your risk is so well defined at 22177, and I would even lift that up to 222. 222 top fish on Cigna. Nice risk reward. Okay, so Delta Airlines. This was a short idea I had on Friday. It did not work. When the market bounced, it bounced. We're waking up to 2 more downgrades on Delta. So I would love to top fish a bounce possibly into 36.50 area for a short on Delta Airlines. Yeah, let's hit the like button, please. Thank you. All right, so Dkng, this is a dog. So this is one of those dogs for the year. We were up as high as $74 in March, and we are now down hundreds of percent. So I am looking for a bounce to happen on this dog. So we're really slumming it this week, y'all. I'm looking to buy dogs. That's so not like me. 27.59 is your support on Dkng, and I'm waiting for a pullback with a 2 to 5 minute trend change for a potential bottom fish. LVS, dog. Y'all see the theme? And we got a lot of these downtrending resistance lines on so many charts. I could show you on a ton of charts. Affirm, downtrending line. Cake, downtrending line. Look at the daily, downtrending, and weekly. Lots of downtrending lines on so many names on the dogs. So LVS, it had a nice bounce on Friday, but the COVID names could really affect this trade setup. And even though it's a dog and there's tax loss harvesting, this name is one of my least favorite names on my list because of the new COVID concerns. mRNA. News this morning about its booster and its efficacy. We have support at 308.08, 307, 808 kick drums. So you have resistance at, we already went through that resistance. Your next resistance is up at 33636. mRNA, when it runs, it likes to run. So this could have a bullish day, or the bulls could get tired because this was a big push in pre-market. I'd wait for a pullback, high of low bar trade type setup. Okay, PLTR. PLTR was one of our Queen of the Mountain setups on Friday. They had news. They have news again this morning. So I like PLTR long, again, looking for that 2-month higher low compared to $17. And I would like for a bottom fish, wait for an EQ. So this is the trade setup, is bottom fish PLTR. That's the setup. But the system in which you actually enter is different, and you have to use your fishing pole. So I don't know what your fishing pole is, but you could wait for tightening ranges to potentially trade PLTR to the long side. Dog number 27, kidding. AT&T has been just absolutely obliterated this year. They had news and they had short squeezes. I'm looking for short squeezes. That's why all these names are on the list. I'm looking for short squeezes. AT&T squeezed a lot of bears on Thursday. I'm looking for more of the same today. Looking for T long. Use your fishing pole to get in. I'm just giving you the setup. Zoom. Zoom is a great work from home name with the COVID concerns. Zoom comes back into zoomed into focus. It is a proverbial dog on the year, looking for a potential. More of the same. We had a big bull day on Friday. Yeah, Piton has been a dog. I like Airbnb too as one of the dogs. I do. I like a bottom fish of 149 on Airbnb. All right, folks, I am going to wrap it up. I'll do Neo. I can't stand these China names. Y'all know it. And I have nothing against China. These names I think are fraught with all of this controversy, and it's just really hard to fight all the headlines with these names. So I mean, you could potentially dip by against the low of Friday, 28.02. But I don't see a clear setup here at all. All right, who let the dogs out? Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notify button, and use stop losses.